Hi, I'm Gary Knoll. I'd like to welcome you to our program. I realize people are joining us for the first time every week. We're here to talk about health and nutrition and how to improve the quality of your life. If you're the average person, you probably haven't intentionally hurt yourself, but eating the basic 4 food group and having moderation in all things has created body toxicity. What does it mean? What are the symptoms? How does it affect you? And most importantly, how can you reverse this process? That's what we're going to show you today. Join me now for Detoxification, a Natural Approach.
Natural substances that have the ability for detoxification. These substances include a compound called S-adenosylmethionine, the amino acids taurine, the supplement folic acid, which is very, very beneficial in a variety of neurological as well as cardiovascular diseases. And there are a variety of other substances. I've actually found that homeopathic detoxification remedies are effective in a variety of neurological problems as well.
And the homeopathic remedy used will depend on what the exposure is. For example, cad sulf is very effective for helping after you've had an x-ray. People who've never felt well since they were x-rayed will do much better if they take a cadmium sulfatum homeopathic remedy. For food poisoning, arsenicum album is very helpful. To detoxify after an insect sting, apis is a very effective remedy.
Trace minerals are a very, very key factor. I find, again, I'm not going to get this in my food, so I need to go after a supplement, particular supplement. And my choice is your crystalloid trace minerals as opposed to your colloidal trace minerals because of the factor that they are truly organic and they will actually penetrate on a cellular level 100%. The other factor that I find is that your various different greens, like wheatgrass, is a good detoxifier, spirulina, organic spirulina, your Hawaiian blue-green algae, your chlorella, all these various different greens. This is what I combine with my daily drink, and I also use, by the way, organic apple juice because apple juice is also a detoxifier. So as I'm building up my immune system, I'm also detoxifying the body, which is very, very important. Another herb that I find that is extremely important, very beneficial, is garlic, particularly the aged garlic. I will incorporate that, after my main meal, after lunch or dinner, and while I'm taking the garlic in, ingesting, even though it's a food herb, and I do it on a daily basis, that is also going to help eliminate the parasites. It's going to help slow down the arthritic problems and also lower the blood pressure. So here's a point while I am detoxifying and I'm building up my immune system, I'm doing basically 2 things in one, which at the end result is that we have a strong immune system. We've been able to detoxify. We don't have to be carrying around these toxins, which create a burden on us, I really believe, physically, emotionally, and spiritually.
Hi. Well, of course, one of the most important things when it comes to detoxifying is to learn how to exercise. It's not realistic that you're going to be able to cleanse all the debris, all the toxins from your gastrointestinal system, from the fat accumulation. Think of all the saturated fats and the animal proteins that you've consumed. The toxins from that lodge in the fat. So by exercising aerobically, all the muscles of the body, not just the legs or the lungs, but the arms, the chest, the back, the latissimus, all these muscles get exercised, the abdominals, the thighs. When you start exercising every muscle group, you burn intramuscular fat. That means that you have less percentage of body fat, hence less toxins. You have more lean muscle tissue, hence you're stronger. Keep in mind, no 2 people are at the same level in their conditioning. So you have to make sure you have no underlying physiopathology. You have no underlying hypertension, coronary heart disease, clogged arteries. So if you have had any history in your family of heart disease, if you are overweight, then make sure you get a proper physical examination before you start this process. And also, I'm out in the sun. Today it's 95 degrees. I'm down in Florida at my ranch down here. This is the track that I train on. And I don't go out after about 10 o'clock in the morning. Don't be training in real hot weather. But sweating is good. In fact, a lot of the detoxes around the world, a substantial part of the detox is sweating. Sauna therapy, steam bath therapy, even dry heat therapy.
The skin is the largest excretory organ in the body, and there are several things that you can do that are simple but will help expedite the removal of toxins from your body through the skin. Something that you can do is called dry skin brushing. What you do is get a brush with natural fibers, and you go in circular motions starting from the proximal or shoulder region down the arm, same thing in the trunk, proximally and then distally, circular movements from the legs down to the ankles. All these movements will help remove from the skin, the surface from the skin, toxins that have built up over time. Another very safe and important way of mobilizing toxins is saunas. Low, dry heat saunas specifically really mobilize toxins that are soluble in the fat. Again, pesticides that are very prevalent in the food that we eat end up in the fat and are very difficult to detoxify over time. The advantage of a low dry heat sauna is that these pesticides, the heat from the sauna drives the pesticides out of the fat, and that's very safe and can be very effective to do. If you have any kind of cardiac or pulmonary problems, it should be done, or you should be cleared by your physician before doing something like this.
The therapeutic bath that Dr. Parcells developed to detoxify from the effects of radiation, very simple. It's a pound of sea salt and a pound of baking soda added to a tub of very hot water. Stay in the tub until the water cools. And the principle here is that the cool water will draw from the overheated body and will draw all the toxins out of the body. It's very simple and it really works. She worked on these therapeutic baths for many, many years. And here's another one. Now, this relates to general muscle aches and pains, feeling ourselves going into a period of sickness, feeling ourselves becoming ill, whether from a cold, a flu, or any other kind of ill feeling that we might have. It's 2 cups of apple cider vinegar added to a tub of hot water. And the same thing here. Stay in the hot water until the water cools, and the cool water will draw from the overheated body, draw the toxins out of the body.
Another therapy that can be very helpful and very healing and healthy for you to do is massage therapy. The advantage of massage therapy is that it mobilizes the toxins that are stored deep in the muscles and in the lymphatics. The lymphatics are an extremely important part of the circulation that helps mobilize and get toxins out of the body and transports them through the bloodstream to the kidney or to the intestinal tract or to the skin and to the liver for detoxification.
If we cleanse the liver, we have a good chance of cleaning the entire body on the inside. This is Dr. Parcells' liver cleanse. She says that we're to mix together 4 ounces of grapefruit juice and 4 ounces of extra virgin olive oil to form an emulsion and drink that. And then we're to lie quietly on the right side for 15 to 20 minutes to avoid nausea, and then drink 8 ounces of grapefruit juice. And then lie on our right side again and go to sleep. The next morning, we'll be very surprised about what comes out of the liver and gallbladder. Tiny green pellets, and in some cases not so tiny. And this is a sign that the liver is cleansing itself. And it's a very, very good detoxification. It's been used for many, many years by Dr. Parcells' students, and you will feel very, very good after this.
Another very important method of detoxification is one that people react to very strangely when you mention it, and that is coffee enemas. Most people don't think of coffee in terms of an enema, but a coffee enema is a very effective way to detox, as well as a very effective way to stop an allergic reaction. If done properly, a coffee enema is a very low volume enema where the coffee stays only in the sigmoid colon. The sigmoid colon is a little S-shaped of colon just between the rectum and the ascending colon. And if you keep the volume low, the coffee stays only in that area. And the caffeine in the coffee is the effective agent in detoxification. The caffeine goes through the intrahepatic circulation directly to the liver and causes the liver to dump the toxins it has in its ducts. It also causes the gallbladder to dump. And this allows then the liver to work on new and fresh toxins rather than holding on to the old toxins that it has not yet excreted from its ducts.
Toxins and waste products are excreted through the kidneys. So another very important and easy step to do is to drink a lot of water during detoxification, at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. Now the type of water is very important. So what I recommend is filtered water. What I have found personally to be the best type of filtered water is one that uses a carbon block filter as opposed to a granulated carbon. Carbon block filter has the advantage of getting out all of the heavy metals, the pesticides, the inorganic solvents, any bacteria, any viruses, any parasites, but it allows the important minerals through. So again, drinking at least 6 to 8 glasses of filtered water a day are extremely important in detoxification.
The use of oxygen is another very important way to detoxify. There are things that you can do with oxygen to help yourself, but there are also methods of using oxygen that require the help of a physician. For example, the use of organic germanium, which you can obtain from a physician and from some supplemental companies, increases the oxygen utilization in the body. And this helps with the detoxification procedures, as well as helping to strengthen the immune system. The use of a stabilized oxygen product, such as Aerobic 07, also increases oxygenation in the body on a cellular level. The use of stabilized oxygen has several benefits. For example, just a few drops in water, it serves as a germicide. It will kill organisms that are in the water. If you increase the amount of the stabilized oxygen in the water, it then serves as a cellular oxygenator. And these are things that you can do without the help of a physician.
The ability of any organ or gland to do its job is contingent on the cells within that organ or gland receiving proper nutrition and oxygenation on the incoming side, and then the elimination of toxins and metabolic byproducts on the outgoing side. So it is the lymph that carries away the waste products. The lymph is literally the sewage system of the body. And so when you're using the breath purposefully, whether you're doing some kind of a breath practice or whether you just remember to take a deep breath now and then, go ahead, take one now. Every time you remember to take a deep breath, you are detoxifying, because basically you've accelerated the rate at which the lymphatic fluid is carrying the toxic toxins or metabolic byproducts out of the organs and glands. Let's just look at a couple of practices that are very simple to do that you can do, frankly, without even leaving your chair. The first one is called the front-back bending method, and it goes like this. I'll do a few, and you can join me. That is the breathing in. And that is the exhaling. Breathing in. And exhaling. Each time you take a breath in like that, you are pumping the lymphatic system through the contraction of the diaphragm. And then when you exhale and press like this, you are pumping the lymph again because of the contraction of the muscles. When you're doing this practice, you are actually using probably the most highly refined, well thought out breath practice for detoxification that exists, because you are not only getting plenty of fresh air, which is then available to go into the blood and then from the blood into the tissues, but you're also in the process of pumping the lymphatic system in probably a more profound and effective method than has ever been developed in any way.
Acupuncture, as many of you will be aware of, is an ancient Chinese technique that's probably over 5,000 years old and has remained relatively unchanged as far as restoring balance and harmony within the body. The body is a microcosm of the universe. The symbol of acupuncture is the yin-yang symbol, which is a circle that has a black teardrop in it with a white dot, followed by a white teardrop with a black dot. This is a representation of both the individual as well as the universe. And the concept is that we are made up of half light and half dark. And within all light is the element of darkness, and within all darkness is the seed of light. So from the Oriental standpoint, the concept of acupuncture and of health in general is a harmonious balance of forces within the body, in addition to a harmonious balance of that individual with his environment. The imbalances caused by these toxins are what interrupt the flow of qi in the meridians. And it's kind of like having a dead battery. You can jump start a car by taking the energy from another battery to get the car running. That doesn't necessarily solve your long-term problems, but it does help in getting you back to where your body starts healing itself. And in the final analysis, we are our own physicians. Your doctor will only help you to help yourself. You can't expect either a surgeon or an acupuncturist or a chiropractor or whatever. We can't force good health on you. It has to do with you changing diet, changing your lifestyle, changing your exercise regimen, changing the way you lift things and the way you do things. And all these factors are what create your net health. And acupuncture can help that in the fact that it can restore the flow of qi and bypass these obstacles until the detoxification process clears them out of your system and restores the normal flow of qi.
Reiki is a form of moving energy in parts of the body that are holding and blocking the energy flow from healing parts of the body that a person may be stuck in certain stress. They may be having stress, so they hold the block in that place. And then when I am performing the Reiki on them, whether it be a shoulder that they're blocking, or it could be in their feet, or in their head receiving stress and the headaches, what I do is I can feel with my hands the heat from those places. But I will go back to those specifically. I start at the top, I start with the eyes, I move to the ears, the back of the head and the throat, and then the chakras all down the body. When I place my hands either on them or above them, what it's doing is it's moving and unblocking certain parts of their body that are holding the energy. And as I'm moving along, I feel parts of the body that are holding more heat than others. And I can tell that that part of the body needs to be balanced more than, say, a part of the body that as I get down to maybe the legs, that part of the body may be in perfect balance. So I don't have to spend as much time there as I would, say, as maybe on the feet, because some people have a lot of problems with the feet, or the throat, the chakra in the throat. I might have to spend more time unblocking the throat because people seem to have more problems with speaking their own truths, and they hold that in.
Another thing that people do not ordinarily think of as a toxin is emotional aspects. Particularly abuse can be a toxin. For example, there's physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse. All of these can be considered an emotional toxin. And emotional toxins have to be cleared just like chemical or physical toxins have to be. If a person does not deal with the damage caused from these negative emotional experiences, it can affect their body just as adversely as a chemical toxin can.
Furthermore, we know that spiritual factors and intellectual factors, emotional factors, have a very, very profound influence on the cells of our body. And conversely, the cellular processes and the biochemical processes have a very, very profound effect on our spiritual, emotional, intellectual well-being.
So start looking for toxic thoughts and toxic deeds and toxic ideals and toxic belief systems and toxic people, because any of those that we allow in, now we become. So we're no longer authentic and real and natural to our real self, thinking with one mind, one heart, one soul, one spirit, all integrated without conflict, living in bliss.
It's important that a person address their emotions. There are a variety of emotions that are harmful to the brain, including anger, depression, resentment. These all have an effect on the brain, literally have an effect on brain biochemistry.
I believe that my thoughts and my feelings create an energy, and meditation is very important for me to actually focus on creating more positive energy in my physical body. And in that way, I can use meditation to detoxify those emotions and those thought patterns that I believe are very much a part of manifesting disease in my body. In this meditation, what I do is will allow people to connect and contact their spiritual or their soul. And I very much believe that fear contracts and puts an enormous amount of stress on the physical body, whereas that love is very expansive. And it's to guide the people through releasing the tension and the stress and the fear that's behind it, and to go into a deeper state of relaxation by connecting to their higher self and also expanding their positive feelings.
When you go into a state of meditation, you are triggering the brain chemistry to produce a kind of neurotransmitter that is not produced when you are in a state of doing. So let's say you're driving, shopping, talking on the telephone, making decisions, going here and there. Well, then your body is producing an adrenaline-based neurotransmitter, and adrenaline turns off the immune system, literally turns off the immune system. When you go into this deep state of relaxation or meditation, you shift that so that the adrenaline basis is shifted, and your body is now producing neurotransmitters from the healing side. And so this is why the relaxation response, meditation practices from every ancient culture are so popular and important right now, because we understand that meditation turns on a medicine within you.
Some of the general benefits of detoxification is an improvement of mental and physical energy, more vitality and feeling more youthful, having a reduction of many of the symptoms of congestion or toxicity, such as aches and pains, headaches, allergies, skin problems, digestive problems, and just a greater sense of well-being. When I have patients who follow any of my programs or the detox diet, and they come back in 2 or 3 weeks, they're already so excited about changes that they've made and the kind of feedback they're getting from friends and family on how they look and feel, that they're often inspiring and motivating other people to go on a similar kind of program.
No matter what any of these so-called experts say about detoxification, nothing equals the personal stories, the people who've gone through a detoxification program. Let's hear from the real experts.
Before I started the detox program, I had literally crippling arthritis. I had chronic sinusitis. I had a serious heart ailment. I had asthma, bordering at times on emphysema. I had been a chain cigar smoker for 60 years. I'd been a heavy drinker. I was very depressed. Would I be alive today if I had not gone through the cleansing program? Not only do I doubt it, but I can state with certainty that I would have long been gone. And incidentally, while working with you, I lost two brothers who were both younger than me, and one a physician, and who did not smoke and who did not drink and so forth.
You know, we take so much care of our outsides with creams and shampoos and masks and clothes and all the trappings, and we don't take care of the inside, and that's where it all starts. So I think all of us could do a good service to ourselves and our fellow man and woman by keeping ourselves cleaning, you know, and keeping our minds healthy as well as our bodies.
You know, I'm not walking around after a meal sluggish. I'm energetic and I'm feeling good. I'm just about the best that I've felt in a long time.
Living in the area of comfort, living as I had always lived, living doing the things I had always done. It's almost as if you were in a prison as I now see it. Having broken those bounds, it's as if life has opened up to me. I see so much more. I am less threatened by things that are new and challenging. I rather enjoy the challenges more so than I used to.
Letting go of things is the way you grow. You have to let go of things in order to take new things into your life.
Life is a gift. It's a treasure. This is not a dress rehearsal. We get one shot at it. And we got to make the best we can. And this is a great way to get the most out of yourself and to help the people you love by doing this, because they're going to see you grow and change. And you're going to be able to benefit the people you love. And strangers, like you guys I'm talking to. It's great. Go for it.
There we have it, another wrap. Hope you've enjoyed it, and most importantly, you can apply the information that you learn from this program each week in enhancing your well-being. I'll be back next week, taking you on another journey in the exploration of ultimate health. I'm Gary Null. Until then, stay healthy and stay well.